Cable TV 13 Sport presents high school football. This afternoon, it is Jim Thorpe hosting Minersville. Today's game brought to you by Jim Thorpe National Bank, Kraus Incorporated, Main Street Video and Appliance, Hill Pizzaiola Italian Restaurant, Nazareth National Bank, Attorney Michael J. O'Connor, by Midas Muffler, Lee Heighton Chrysler Plymouth, Kentucky Fried Chicken in Stroudsburg, Mount Pocono and Broadheadsville, by Frank Arrieta Plumbing and Heating, Forest in Masonry Supply, DeMello's at the Palmerton Hotel, by Quality Plumbing Supply, Nardini's Banquet Hall, Zimmerman's Dairy, Lee Heighton Lincoln Mercury, by Shades of Palmerton, and by the Times News. Hi everybody and good afternoon. Along with Jim Nunemaker, I'm Bob Capasso from Jim Thorpe. And this afternoon the Olympians open up their season against Minersville, a tale of two teams. Over the last few years these teams have mirrored each other. Both had struggled for a couple of years, then come on, had a couple of nice seasons, but this year all that changes. Jim Thorpe goes back to the drawing board while Minersville is looking at being a team to beat.
Well, I'm sure the Jim Thorpe Olympians are going to challenge the statement you just made. Going back to the drawing board doesn't mean that they're going back to losing football. Coach Szyminski has done very, very well since he's been here, and although they are inexperienced and fielding a lot of new names, I'm sure they still come into this season with optimism and the hopes of having a winning season. Granted, they open with a tough team. The Battling Miners of Minersville come into this game with very, very high hopes for this 1995 campaign. They've got a lot of familiar names in their lineup. They're big, they're quick from what we understand, and so they're looking forward to a great season. As we know, they have been ranked by one of the agencies, news agencies in the Harrisburg area as the 5th best single A team in Pennsylvania. Granted, at this point, ratings don't mean a thing, but it still gives an indication not only that the Miners expect a lot of themselves, but other people also are looking at them in anticipation of them having a fine season.
Yeah, Jim Thorpe, as Adam Szyminski says, has lost 12 of 11 starters. Now that's not a mistake. That just means that everybody's gone, including another player who would seem to have an extra year of eligibility, does in school, but is too old to be playing. So they have lost a countless amount of people. This is a smaller team too, but with Adam Szyminski, you never know what he's going to do. They'll be all over the field.
Well, you know he's going to put an exciting football team in the field, and you know he's going to put a team on the field that is going to scrap. They're not going to give up. We've seen them play any number of times over his reign here, and they've always done well, even against teams that supposedly were vastly superior to them. So, granted, there are new people in the lineup, but I think that they will give a good account of themselves today. I think everybody's writing them off in this ballgame, and it may turn out that way, but I'm not convinced at this point.
In the backfield, Mike Bonaleone, Jared Schrantz, they have to pick things up for a lot of those graduates, and they have some big people to do it against. On the other side, you have John Murphy. This kid is big. He's listed at about 6'4", close to that. He's a big guy, and he ran for nearly 1,000 yards last year.
Right, he's a big kid. Not only is he a fine runner, he's an inside linebacker. He has started at running back and linebacker 4 years. This will be his 4th year. So obviously he's a quality football player, but he's not alone. There are other big kids, other experienced people in that minor football team. We mentioned that Thorpe is inexperienced, and they are, but they're not that young. They won't start any sophomores, according to the starting lineups that we've been given. There'll be mostly seniors with a few juniors in the starting lineup, so these kids aren't young. It's just they haven't played much.
We'll see what happens with these new yet older upperclassmen people with Jim Thorpe. This afternoon, Jim Thorpe and Minersville will have the coin toss and the opening kickoff in just a little bit. Right now, let's take a look at the Jim Thorpe Olympian Band.
Jim Thorpe National Bank has served the community since 1902, and we are here today to help make your banking convenient and enjoyable. You may be thinking about getting a new car with a car loan, or fixing up your home with a home equity loan. Our banking staff stands ready to assist you with prompt, courteous service. The Jim Thorpe National Bank is here to serve you. The Jim Thorpe National Bank, your full-service community bank.
Kraus Dodge and Toyota serve in the Lehigh Valley since 1924, now at 2 convenient locations. Kraus Dodge, located on Route 309 in Schnecksville, and Kraus Toyota, located on Route 100 south of I-78 in Fogelsville. Stop at either location to take advantage of our value pricing discount. Come to where buying a car can still be fun. Kraus Dodge and Toyota.
Main Street Appliance Home Entertainment and Furniture Center offers you the lowest prices and superior customer service on name brand appliances, big screens, tabletop TVs, and home audio equipment. Listen to awesome sound in our complete car audio room. Experience sight and surround sound in our home theater. Check out the low prices and huge selection of name brand furniture, dinettes, and bedding. Main Street Appliance Home Entertainment and Furniture Center. It's Stroudsburg's main event. Come see us soon!
For Italian hospitality and cuisine, travel to Pizzaiolo Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria in Nesquehoning. Sample their selection of pizzas, strombolis, cold and hot sandwiches, platters, salads, and their own Italian pita. Catch their football special Saturday and Sunday, 2 large pizzas and a dozen of buffalo wings for $13.99. Il Pizzaiolo Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria on 72 West Catawissa Street in Nesquehoning. For fast pickups, call.
Jim Kopora, the man in charge this afternoon.
All right, first things first, man, right? For Jim Thorpe, 27, you're talking. Who's going to talk for Minersville? Number 44, you are. Very fine, sir. Please, both teams, look at the scoreboard clock. That will be the official time, unless it were to break, etc. Mr. Seacrest is the umpire. Other than that, let's play the game. When there's a penalty, come up to me. I'll explain the options. If you don't understand it, I want you to tell me. I'll explain it again. I want you to do it. Okay? All right, Captain, there's a tail and a head. Captain, a head and a tail. Sir, you're going to call the toss. What are you going to call? Please call heads again when I flip it so we have absolutely no misunderstanding, sir. Heads. Minersville called heads. As we can see, indeed, it is a head, sir. You've won the toss, first or second half option. You want to receive in the first half, okay? Mike White's won, they're going to receive. Sir, you must kick. Which goal you defend? You want to kick this way. Okay, put your back that way, and Minersville go towards the clock. All right, gentlemen? Excuse me, sir. In the first half, White, Minersville, wins the toss. They will receive the kickoff.
Minersville, Jim Thorpe, kickoff in just a moment.
Dad, will you come in with me?
You can do it, Billy. Since 1897, Nazareth National Bank has provided friendly personal service.
Good morning, Mr. Hanson.
For nearly a century, banking decisions have been made by people who live and work in your community. Today, we're proud to honor those same values and continue our personalized service.
Thank you, Mr. Hanson.
Nazareth National Bank, we keep the tradition of trust.
Have you been hurt in an accident at work? We can get lost wage benefits for you. Are you being denied workers' compensation? Been told you must take a new job? Benefits reduced or cut off? Being wrongfully harassed by your employer or insurance company? If any of these are your problems, bring your case now to attorney Michael O'Connor. But don't wait. Delay may result in your losing benefits altogether. No charge for initial visit. Phone now for appointment.
DeMello's at the Palmerton Hotel, located at 304 Delaware Avenue in Palmerton, serves lunch and dinner weekly in a casual atmosphere for the whole family. Try DeMello's specialty sandwiches, burger platters, and lobster tail dinners. Weekly and daily specials plus takeout platters are available. Book your business party for that special occasion. Banquet facility available for up to 50 people. So stop in DeMello's at the Palmerton Hotel or phone 610-826-5454. Come and see us after the game for a bite to eat.
Keith Zabrowski will kick for the Jim Thorpe Olympians as they start their season coming off a 9-2 year last year. Mid-Penn East champions. Minersville was 8-4 last year. Eastern Conference Division I runners-up. They lost to Pius X 17-14 in the championship game. It is a short kick. Dave Sekelic on the return, and he will get to the 35-yard line. Offensively for Minersville, Brandon Marshall will be the quarterback, just a junior, threw for 1,144 yards last year. Brian Laudeman and John Murphy, the backs. Sekelic, Burgess, and Brennan on the flanks. Cicchini, Demcher, Seabach, Laddick, and Leonard are up front.
Mostly a senior club. Marshall, however, is only a junior, the quarterback.
Split backs. Murphy on first down finds a haul-off tackle, gets across the 40 to the 42-yard line, where he is brought down by Joe Ockenhouse. The Olympian defense looks this way. Seblin, Keller, Rarig, and Bumper Kilcup, who makes the all-star name team. Moore, Connell, Shrimkowski, and Ockenhouse. Linebackers Monteleone, Zabrowski, and Schrantz are in the secondary. On second down, play action fake. Marshall throws. It is batted down, incomplete. Ryan Moore gets a hand on the football.
Last year in this game, Marshall threw only, I believe, 4 times, Bob. But coming into this game, Coach Jones of Minersville wanted to put the ball in the air much more than he has in past years. He feels that, last year Marshall threw 7 times in this ball game, but he wants to put the ball in the air more than that to get a more diversified attack.
Marshall rolling right, steps up, throws, complete. Nice catch on the ground by Josh Burgess.
Now we're going to look at this again, Bob, and Marshall here, I think, could have run the ball to pick up the first down. That completion was barely completed. The ball very nearly hit the ground before reaching the receiver. So Marshall that time might have tucked the ball under his arm and picked up the first down on the ground.
From the 46, here is Murphy off the right side, cuts it back, gets inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line. Murphy last year ran for 909 yards, 10 touchdowns. In this game, had 150 yards on 17 carries.
He's obviously going to be the workhorse. With that size, no one has to be an Einstein to figure that out.
Single setback this time is Murphy. Straight ahead, bounces it to the outside. He gets a block off the corner, inside the 10, 5, touchdown Murphy. No flags. It is a 39-yard touchdown run for John Murphy.
And that play would give indication that not only is Murphy big, but he's also quick. He bounced to the outside and then outran the Jim Thorpe corner. And Jim Thorpe comes into this game claiming to be quick. Well, Murphy certainly proved that he also can move those feet.
We will also see if he can use them to kick extra points. He sets up to kick. Josh Burgess will hold. And he got it. Just a couple of minutes into the game, and Minersville is on the board thanks to a 39-yard run by John Murphy. It is 7-0 Miners.
When planning that special occasion, Nardini's can make it memorable. Nardini's courteous staff can offer you and your guests a variety of select foods, from traditional to continental menus served to satisfy. Nardini's banquet hall seats up to 200 people and is complete with a spacious lighted dance floor and bandstand for your entertainment. We welcome you to come and see the banquet and catering professionals at Nardini's, the place to make a memory. Phone 717-645-2016.
Attention all professional contractors. Quality Plumbing Supply of Lehighton is here to serve you with quality plumbing and heating supplies, such as Kohler, Bradford white water heaters, Myers well pumps, General marble vanities and tops, Bruner, the first name in water treatment, New Yorker, Thermal Dynamics, Dunkirk boilers, and all heating and plumbing accessories. Save time and money. Free delivery, large inventory, homeowners welcome, Visa and MasterCard accepted.
The Switchback Mini Mart, located at the top of the hill on Route 902 in Summit Hill, is your one-stop for quality mobile gas with a large selection of ice-cold drinks, snacks, and a fully stacked deli. The Switchback Mini Mart also has a variety of hoagies and sandwiches made to order, as well as always fresh Beets and Watson meats and cheeses. So stop in at the Switchback Mini Mart at the top of the hill on Route 902 in Summit Hill. Phone 717-645-5220.
John Murphy set to kick it away for the battle in Miners. Lee Rao and Jared Schrantz are deep for Jim Thorpe. Mike Monteleone, the short man. And it will be Monteleone taking it at the 16. 26, and that is all. Jim Thorpe offensively will look this way. Keith Zabrowski is the quarterback. Schrantz, Monteleone, and Calcano are in the backfield. On the flanks, Miller and Hallinar up front for the Olympians. It'll be Rarick, Seblin, Keller, Kilcup, and Corey Deacon.
And Thorpe comes out early, spreading people all over the field. They're going to, as we said in the pregame, they'll be exciting and they'll be scrappy.
Jared Schrantz to the 32-yard line. There on the stop, John Murphy. Six yards on the first attempt. This time Monteleone off the right side. He'll have a first down. Defensively for Minersville. Up front, Laddick, Demcher, Brennan, Cicchini. Linebackers, Laudeman, Murphy, Sekelic, and Killian. Bettinger, Marshall, and Nagel are in the secondary.
Nice second effort that time by Monteleone to pick up the first down, and here comes Thorpe out again and spreading people all over the place.
Quick pitch, Monteleone gets to the corner, breaks a tackle, and he is out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Murphy over there, along with Sean Sakina from the defensive backfield.
Quick pitch with a couple blockers sealing off the inside, and Monteleone breaks a tackle and makes a nice 8-yard gain. Minersville will certainly have to be alert defensively, Bob, with all the offensive formations Jim Thorpe will throw at them today.
They go to the I this time. And it is Schrantz running left side. Right there is John Murphy and Ryan Laudeman. And the Olympians have now run 4 plays, and Jim, I don't believe they've been in the same set twice.
Well, they've been in the same set twice, but only if you consider that they were in the double slot left the first time, and then the third down they were in the double slot right, but it was a double slot, just one time left, one time right. But they've been in 3 different sets out of 4 plays. You're right.
3rd down 1. And it'll be Keith Zabrowski on the keeper, and he will get the first down.
And that's exactly what the Olympians needed. 2 first downs, going to give them some confidence. And there is nothing more important to an inexperienced club than some early success and some confidence.
And nothing more important to the Jim Thorpe quarterback than to be in very good shape to run those wind sprints off to the sidelines to pick up a play. 1st and 10 from just short of midfield. They will throw for the first time. It is complete to Monteleone out of the backfield. It does not get much, though, because Sean Sakina is right there to make the play.
Maybe a gain of half a yard, but nothing more than that.
The ball at midfield for the Olympians. Adam Szyminski in his 4th season as the head coach of Jim Thorpe. They fake straight ahead, pitch left side, Monteleone, and he'll pick up about 9 yards before he is caught downfield by Brian Dempture.
And the quick pitch, very successful early in the ball game for Jim Thorpe. And I'm not sure that Monteleone couldn't have picked up a lot more yardage on that play had he gone to the outside instead of cutting back inside. Seemed from this vantage point as though there was a lot of room to the sideline. But even so, he picked up 9 yards, and you certainly can't fault him for that.
2nd time in a row that the Olympians face a 3rd and 1. Last time they went quarterback sneak. This time Monteleone gets the give and goes nowhere. Stepping up is Matt Brennan, the defensive end, to make the tackle, and it will bring up a 4th and a long 1. Call it 2.
Yeah, tough play there for Jim Thorpe. Had they picked up that first down, their 3rd, why, they'd have gotten even more confidence. Now they got a 4th and long 1, short 2, and they go into punt formation. Okay. I was sort of curious to see what Coach Szyminski would do in this first short yardage situation.
Zabrowski punts it. It is caught on the run by Josh Burgess. Burgess to the outside is slowed down back at the 25 by Jared Schrantz, and then goes out of bounds just across the 30-yard line.
Nice punt, nice return. I think I'd have thrown the flag downfield. I think the guy got a hand on the Jim Thorpe defender there, and I'd have thrown the flag for illegal use of hands, maybe illegal use of hands.
Minersville on their 2nd possession. Brian Laudeman just across the 30-yard line. Up to make the stop for Jim Thorpe is Eric Craigie, senior defensive end.
Yeah, he did a nice job there as he stacked up the blocker in the hole and really slowed this play up. See if we can see it here. There's Craigie. He got blocked, but he gave ground grudgingly. He didn't allow himself to just roll over and play dead. Nice defensive effort.
Play action fake. Marshall to throw. Throws short for Murphy. Murphy has it at the 36 and then drags a couple of people near the 40-yard line. That'll be close to a 1st down.
Murphy out of the backfield, always, as we pointed out in last night's game, Bob, always a tough receiver to cover. Most defenses are set up to cover ends and flanker backs rather than backs out of the backfield.
3rd and 1. No surprise that they give it to Murphy, and he will pick up about 4 yards and a 1st down. The stop made by Justin Seblin.
Jim Thorpe defense now has got to come up with a big stand as Murphy picks up the first down and gains some confidence as the offense was in the process of doing before turning over the ball on that last punt.
That's the third first down for Minersville in this game from the 45-yard line. Penalty markers fly. And it will be procedure against Minersville, our first penalty of the game.
See what the Miners do here as far as play calling is concerned. Obviously, Coach Jones wants to mix it up, wants to throw as a part of the offense rather than as a third down necessity. See if he goes to the air here on 1st and 15.
Nope. Murphy, and this time he is stopped. First man to hit him was Bumper Kilcup, who put the initial hit on him, and then he got help.
You like that name. He may get a lot of credit for things he doesn't do just because you, and I'm not saying he doesn't care, just because you like the name. But he deserved the credit there. He was in the hole and stacked Murphy at the line of scrimmage.
No small feat. And now Minersville wants a timeout. Timeout Miners. 2:47 left. First quarter, 7-0, Minersville.
South Tamaqua Deli, located at Valley Square Mall in South Tamaqua, has homemade soups, made-to-order salads, subs, and sandwiches of all sorts available. South Tamaqua Deli also has sandwich, vegetable, and meat and cheese trays made to order for parties and other special occasions. South Tamaqua Deli is open 6 days a week, closed Sundays, with daily lunch specials for eat-in or takeouts. Also for business delivery. Call 1-800-287-8161 or 717-386-3663.
For Italian hospitality and cuisine, travel to Il Pizzaiolo Italian restaurant and pizzeria in Nesquehoning. Sample their selection of pizzas, strombolis, cold and hot sandwiches, platters, salads, and their own Italian pita. Catch their football special Saturday and Sunday. 2 large pizzas and a dozen of buffalo wings for $13.99. Il Pizzaiolo Italian restaurant and pizzeria on 72 West Catawissa Street in Nesquehoning. For fast pickups, call.
Second down, 14, Minersville. They lead at 7-0. Scored on their first possession. A 5-play, 65-yard drive. Of course, 39 of them on a run by Murphy. Here's a nice pass and nearly a nice catch by Dave Sekelic.
Jared Trance was right there, too. That was a good play all around. It's a well-thrown ball. Quick drop, quick setup. Ball's fired. It's fired low and where he is uncovered, but Trance was there. A nice football play.
Third and long for Minersville. Sakina comes near side. Sekelic to the top of your screen. Marshall rolling. This time he takes your advice, Jim, and runs it. And will pick up about 7 yards, run out of bounds. Eric Craigie is there.
And this time, Marshall doesn't even think about passing. That was a planned run. There was no intent of throwing, and that was the time he should have thrown the ball because of the yardage that he had to pick up.
Hockenhouse also there defensively. It'll be 4th down.
He needed 15 yards on that play, Bob, and so running it there was not the wise choice.
Low snap through the legs of Laudeman, but he gets it away. Partially tipped, in fact. It will take a Minersville bounce to the 32-yard line. So Jim Thorpe will get their second possession. This time it will start at the 33-yard line.
Good heads-up play by Laudeman. Didn't panic. Turned around, realized he had time, and got the punt away.
This time Jim Thorpe goes to a tight set. Play action fake and they throw from it. Zabrowski pulls it back down, will try to run. Spins away from a couple of would-be tacklers before he is dropped. Tony Cicchini there on the stop.
Nice effort by Zabrowski. Didn't find anyone open downfield, and from what I saw, no one was open. And he knew what to do with it. Tucks it away and fights his way for a couple of yards. Nice effort.
Second down and 8.
New formation. Haven't seen that one.
Double slot. And they'll throw from it. Zabrowski incomplete, looking for Abel Calcano.
A nice throw. A nice throw. Got it over the defender. Nice soft pass. Nice effort by Calcano. Just a little bit too long, but really a nice effort all around.
That will bring up a 3rd and 8. From the 35, it's a reverse. Calcano breaks a couple of tackles and spins through the hole, but he's brought down by the outside linebacker, Dave Sekelic, short of a first down. And that will put Jim Thorpe into a punting situation. Zabrowski to kick. And Josh Burgess drops back to his 30-yard line. It takes a short Minersville bounce and is down at the 28-yard line. First down Minersville. They start their 3rd possession from the 28-yard line with 35 seconds left on the first quarter clock and a 7-0 lead. And we mentioned the records of these two teams over the last couple of years, and get to that in a moment. Laudeman off the left side, he'll pick up about 5 yards before he is brought down by Eric Rehrig, the right end. As I mentioned, Minersville went through 3 1-9 seasons, 89, 90, 91, after going to the Eastern Conference playoffs in 88. But then in 92, 93, and last year in 94, went 7-3-1, 10-3, and 8-4. Jim Thorpe didn't have a winning record between 1986 and 90 before they came back with 7-4, 7-5, 8-4, and then last year 9-2 records. So each of these two teams looking to keep upswings going. And at the moment, Minersville has, in the first quarter of their season, they lead it 7-0 after 1.
Forest Inn Masonry Supply and Mobile Concrete, located on Route 209, 6 miles north of Lehighton, has a complete line of masonry materials, tools, and metered mobile concrete. Forest Inn Masonry can supply all materials to contractors as well as off-the-street customers. Materials can be picked up or delivered to a job site. Stop in and see the friendly people at Forest Inn Masonry Supply and Mobile Concrete, or call them at 610-377-5593.
On a gorgeous afternoon from Jim Thorpe, we start the second quarter. Minersville with its 2nd and 7. Here's Murphy slipping a couple of tackles, but will only get a few yards. Monteleone is there. So is Justin Seblin, as is Brian Skrimkowski.
I don't know why, Bob, but Minersville seems sluggish to me. They don't seem to be getting off the ball. Murphy on his touchdown run looked quick as he hit off tackle and then slid to the outside and outran everybody. But on most of their plays, they look sluggish.
This is a team ranked number 5 in single A by the Patriot News poll. From the shotgun, A quick draw is stopped just as quickly by Eric Rarick, who collars the quarterback, Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, the Olympians not fooled by that change in offensive formations.
Ryan Laudeman will punt. The last snap went through his legs.
Oh, it was low.
And he just gets this one away. It is a sky-high one. That goes out of bounds at the 48-yard line. So Jim Thorpe with good field position here. We'll start from the 48. Adam Szyminski and his quarterback, Keith Zabrowski. Zabrowski, a junior.
Great opportunity here for the Olympians. As you indicated, good field position. Certainly they can use anything in their offensive playbook from here. Let's see what they do.
Schrantz on the pitch, trying to get to the outside. Cannot. Nothing out there. Laudeman is there on the tackle, as is Matt Brennan.
Yeah, good defensive job that time by the right side. Let's see if we can get the number here. Right here. Number 6 for Sekelic. Did a heck of a job fighting off the blocks and forcing Schrantz to the outside, where he got some more help.
Second down and long for Jim Thorpe. Zabrowski wants to throw, and does. It is complete to John Halliner, and that'll be close to a first down, although it looks like it will end up about a yard shy.
The old button hook play. It just goes down about 10 yards. Turns around, and the ball is delivered almost immediately. A well-executed play. Actually, it looked as though it might have been the old, what we call hook and lateral. One of the backs from Jim Thorpe was right there in position to receive a lateral from Halliner after he caught the ball, but Halliner chose to tuck it away and be satisfied with the 9 yards.
Fumble. Ball still loose. And it is recovered by Minersville. Matt Brennan has come up with the football.
Yeah, this play wasn't executed correctly from the go-get. The back, a little slow hitting into the line of scrimmage. Somebody got penetration on the Minersville defensive line. And Thorpe blows a golden opportunity there, Bob.
Yeah, I believe they would have gotten a first down. The line had pushed Minersville back at least a yard, and that's all they needed. On first down, Murphy takes the pitch, gets to the outside, and we know he's got some speed. Gets across midfield to the 48-yard line of Jim Thorpe. Run down on the far side by Monteleone.
Not a bad defensive job on that far side by Ryan Connell. But he didn't get any help from the outside, and that's why Murphy was able to pick up 8 yards. But Connell stood the blocker up and forced Murphy to swing wide.
Murphy again through a big hole across the 40 and down to the 38-yard line, and another first down for Minersville.
And that was just a good job by the right side of the offensive line. Nice hole for Murphy, and I don't believe anybody touches him until he gets about 10 yards downfield. We'll see it again. But it's just a good job. Nice hole.
Monteleone makes the tackle, 1st and 10. Just inside the 39-yard line. This is Laudeman, another huge hole. Bounces off a tackle and gets to the 30-yard line.
And this time the left side of the offensive line does the job. So the Battling Miners. Laudeman, again, not touched until he's well downfield. But you don't want to see your defensive halfbacks making tackles.
2nd down 2. Murphy finds a hole, 1st down inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. It was Jason Keller, junior defensive guard making the stop.
Yeah, what was impressive there is that Murphy did just as you called it, Bob, found a hole. He hit off the outside of his own guard. The hole wasn't right there, and he slid a little bit to the outside where there was a hole. Nice job by Murphy. Good backs always run with their heads up so they can see where the play actually develops.
1st and 10, 5 first downs for Minersville. Laudeman this time. And he will pick up about 5 yards. Stopped by Justin Seblin.
We'll counterplay this time. Murphy will go right. There's the fake, and then the handoff to Laudeman. And this drive impressive because of the job the offensive line is doing. They're opening up huge holes in that Jim Thorpe defense, which up to this point has played scrappy.
Play action fake. Marshall to throw. Throws to the end zone. Sakina. Touchdown. Just got it over his shoulder and the defender.
Nice effort here by Marshall. Sets up and lays that ball right out there. Can't do it any better than that. I don't care what level of football we're talking about. Nice job. And that's, of course, what Coach Jones wants. He wants to mix it up more. He doesn't want to be just a running team. And I'm sure as this season unfolds, being able to throw the ball as well as run the ball will prove to be a great advantage.
An old wide receiver from East Stroudsburg University. Murphy's kick is good. 6:35 is left here in the first half. 14-0 Minersville.
Why has EFM been an American leader in home heating for over 75 years? Because they don't cut corners on design. They use heavy gauge metals and high-tech combustion methods to get more heat from less fuel. Get the facts on EFM furnaces and boilers from your local EFM dealer. EFM furnaces and boilers, they put the squeeze on fuel costs.
Got to correct my English from a moment ago, Mr. Capasso. Since I taught English for 35 years, I better be able to
correct your own English.
Correct my own English, right? I'm not correcting yours. Heavens, if I did that, wouldn't talk about football all day. But I said the Jim Thorpe defense has played scrappy, and of course it should have been
scrappily.
Of course.
I didn't know there was such a word.
I think so.
Is that sports speak?
Should have been the adverb rather than the adjective, Mr. Capasso.
I know all your former students are...
They were probably out there, we're going to get him for that one.
But they were probably cringing at the moment. Short kick, and there's got to be a flag. Because they almost tore his head off. It was Calcano who ran that back, and someone nearly took his head off.
And they call it a face mask. You don't throw the flag, however horrible something might look, unless there is an infraction in this. Just because his head was almost torn off, that in itself is not an infraction. That's unfortunately part of the game. But if he grabs a face mask, that of course is an infraction. And a clothesline is also illegal, but that's got to be deliberate, I think. An accidental clothesline, I don't think, would normally be called.
Jim Thorpe ball at the 49-yard line. 1st and 10. They split the backfield. And Zabrowski wants to throw. Middle screen. Calcano, who has some speed. Calcano, 35. Calcano, 25. And he is down inside the 15-yard line. .38 yards.
Minersville bit. I mean, they bit hard. And then Calcano just does a nice job of finding some room to run. Gets the ball down, as you called it, inside the 15-yard line. But the Battle of Miners bit on this one. Well executed screen. At least 5 Miners putting pressure on Zabrowski.
On first down, it is Schrantz, and he'll pick up just a couple. Mentioned quickly as we went to break after that touchdown, Rick Jones, 1974 Tamaqua grad, where he was a wide receiver, went to ESU, played on Denny Dowd's first team at East Stroudsburg University. Before Jim Pry got there and opened up the offense, they ran all the time. Play action fake. Zabrowski throws, nearly picked off. Sean Sakina, the left side defensive halfback, had it go through his hands.
It looked for a moment as though he may have had some room to run. If we see it on replay, we may get a better idea. That may be what Coach Zeminski is telling Zabrowski. It looks there as though he had the corner. I don't know.
It will be 3rd and 7 from just outside the Minersville 10-yard line. Miller right, Hallinar left. They put Monteleone also in that slot left and pitch to Schrantz. And Schrantz gets to about the 7-yard line. There on the tackle, Dave Zakelic and Rob Nagel.
Now, Jim Thorpe's got to do something different off that formation one of these times. Every time they've come out in that double slot, one way or the other, they've run the quick pitch. And the Miners are obviously getting a draw on that. And now the Olympians must do something else out of that formation.
4th down from the 7. Zabrowski wanted to throw, never got a chance. Tony Cicchini, the senior defensive end, comes in and records the sack.
Same play, but Minersville, as Jim Thorpe ran on 2nd down, Bob, but that time Cicchini was there. He was not there on the first time they ran it, and he made a nice play on that 4th down effort. So another golden opportunity for the Olympians. Comes up empty.
Murphy on the pitch, trying to get to the outside, and Mike Monteleone comes up and makes the tackle. The best effort by Jim Thorpe against John Murphy. Drops him for a 4-yard loss.
Murphy coming out of the ball game, maybe getting a little tired. I believe he's been in there on every play so far this afternoon.
80 yards so far on 10 carries, including a touchdown. Quick in pattern, incomplete. Marshall was looking for Zakelic, and it will be 3rd down and 14.
Jim Thorpe can come up with a good defensive play here on 3rd down. They'll get the ball in good field position with enough time left in the clock here in the first half, Bob, to mount another threat.
3:23 remains at the moment. This is Nagel coming to the near side. He gets to about the 20-yard line. Jared Schrantz is there on the tackle.
A very conservative 3rd down play by the Battling Miners. Didn't want to take any chances of coughing up the ball deep in their own territory. And they'll punt the ball away here on 4th down.
Monteleone and Calcano drop back into their own territory, about the 45.
And they want to be sure to catch this punt if they can, so that it doesn't bounce upfield, and the field position is...
Calcano catches it at the 45 and goes right down.
Even though he went right down, catching that ball is the thing to do because it didn't bound 20 yards further downfield.
Jim Thorpe ball, 1st and 10 from the 45 of Minersville. 2:40 remains here in the first half.
Minersville leads it 14-0.
But Jim Thorpe's been in the ballgame. They've done well. As we indicated in our pregame talk, Bob, they're a scrappy bunch of kids, and they come to play. It's the hallmark of Coach Zeminski's team.
Zabrowski for Calcano, complete inside the 35. That'll be a first down.
A nicely executed play there, and again, a nice job by Zabrowski as he finesses the ball over the corner to his intended receiver, who was between the corner and the halfback. Nicely executed play.
Calcano has spent 3 years on the Jim Thorpe wrestling team. Done a nice job there. Zabrowski throws, complete, no, incomplete. John Hallinar was the intended receiver, never had it. And it will be 2nd and 10. There is Adam Zeminski, formerly coached at Freeland. Before that school district, as well as West Hazelton, was absorbed by Hazelton. 2nd and 10 from inside the 35, and Hallinar jumps.
Olympians don't need mistakes like that, of course.
Just under 2 minutes remain here in the first half.
But that may be the first penalty against the Olympians this afternoon. Only, I believe, the second penalty in the game. Third. I remembered the 15-yarder for face pass.
And an early procedure penalty on Minersville. Play action fake. Zabrowski with lots of time, throwing right. Hallinar complete. Gets hit just as he catches the ball. Great play to hold on. Brandon Marshall makes the hit, but Hallinar holds on to it for about an 8-yard gain.
Right, and the play action gives Zabrowski time to throw the ball. Hallinar a chance to run his pattern downfield. Well done.
We'll bring up a 3rd and 7. A minute 25 remains here in the first half. Zabrowski to throw, again Calcano. It is intercepted, but a penalty marker comes flying in as Calcano was bumped by Dave Sekelic.
I believe we're going to get pass interference here. See if we can see it. Yeah. Calcano was pushed as he went for the ball, and the ball was in the air, and that was a good call. The defender's got to keep his hands off the would-be receiver when that football's in the air.
Had he not bumped him, though, I still think that he would have had a little trouble making a reception.
And I think what you're trying to say is that if there's no chance for a completion, there's no call.
No, I don't say that because that is an NFL call.
Is that only NFL?
Yes, that is not uncatchable balls, although it's still a catchable ball. It was intercepted. Here's Calcano to the 10-yard line.
The middle screen again. And now the Olympians are going to have to hustle as we're under a minute to go here in the first half.
The clock is stopped momentarily for official timeout. Calcano losing a shoulder pad strap. Has that in order? Of course, that helps Jim Thorpe a little bit get their play call. 2nd down, Zabrowski rolling left. This time we'll tuck, and we'll get to the 6 and go out of bounds. Dave Sekelic runs him out of bounds there with some help from George Flanagan. Jason Lannick.
Good decision here by Zabrowski. Sees that he has some room. Make sure he gets out of bounds to stop that clock. And is also close to the first down. So good heads-up play by Keith Zabrowski, a junior quarterback for the Olympians. The Olympians unaware that there's a measurement coming here.
And Minersville is going to take a timeout after the measurement. 38 seconds left, first half, 14-0 Minersville. Jim Thorpe knocking on the door.
I can't remember the last time we had dinner together. Tonight's going to be different. No TV. We'll be civilized. We'll use plates and, yes, I'm talking to myself. We're going to sit down as a family, have a real meal. Pass the potatoes, please. Not your mouth. Maybe we'll even say thank you. And no phone call. No phone. God, I hate that phone. Nobody leaves the table until I'm done. Thanks, Mom. It'll be lovely. Appreciate the meal.
Hi, this is Bill Rosado from Hayden Chrysler. This is my partner, Dave Bannon. We'd like to give you a few good reasons why to buy the next new or used car from the Hayden Chrysler Plymouth. The Neon, a whole lot of cars for a little bit of money. The all-new Voyager, light years ahead of its time with dual sliding doors. Don't forget about our huge selection of quality used cars. But the number one reason is used. Used. Because all of our customers are number one at Lee Hayden Chrysler Plymouth, 21 Blakesley Boulevard, Lee Hayden, PA.
So Jim Thorpe calls the timeout with 20 seconds left. Let's take a look at that last play.
Yeah, the backfield goal is right. I don't know if this was a blown play or not. But that was ruled not a fumble. And
it'll be
Jim Thorpe immediately called timeout and now have a third down with 20 seconds to go.
They're at the 6. They were at the 3 moments ago. Zabrowski to throw over the middle, complete to the 1. And they use up a timeout. Calcano makes the catch in a crowd. And they'll have one more play. Ooh, and he nearly lost it. He was wearing Dave Sekelic when he finally dragged that ball in.
But again, he concentrated on the ball, stayed with it, and made a nice catch, as you described.
Well, one play here. I guess you have to reach deep in your bag and find that the best play you have.
The only problem is you don't know what the best play you have is.
I still go back to what you mentioned a few minutes ago in that run-pass option. Problem is you have to get everybody going the same way.
Right. Well, we're going to find out what Coach Zeminski considers his best play.
Pitch, Monteleone, no, met behind the line of scrimmage by George Flanagan.
Yeah, that play never had a chance as Flanagan was there. Wasn't fooled.
And with just 8 seconds on the clock, I do believe that Minersville will just let it run out.
Yeah, Flanagan does a heck of a job. Reacts very, very well. Never gave the blockers a chance to get out and do their job.
And time has, in fact, run out here in the first half. So Jim Thorpe turned away at the last moment. They trail it at halftime by a score of 14-0.
For sports clothes, come to Shays.
They have a complete line of licensed starter, nutmeg, and bike athletic jackets, sweats, and t-shirts. For the college fan, they have Penn State and Notre Dame sportswear. Shays has Reed Street and Sub-4 aerobic outfits for the complete workout. Men and women can choose from a large variety of footwear, such as Dexter, Wolverine work boots, LA Gear, and more. Shays has Rawlings baseball equipment, basketballs, and footballs. Shays, located on Delaware Avenue in Palmerton, the place to go for the complete sports person.
Local scores with all the details you want. And still only 35 cents.
Nothing. Minersville leads this one at halftime. And today's game is being brought to you on TV 13 by the Jim Thorpe National Bank, Kraus Incorporated, Main Street Video and Appliance, Il Pizzaiolo Italian Restaurant, Nazareth National Bank, attorney Michael J. Connor, Midas Muffler, by Lehighton Chrysler Plymouth, Kentucky Fried Chicken in Stroudsburg, Mount Pocono, and Broadheadsville, Frank Arrieta and Heating, Forest Inn Masonry Supply, DeMello's at the Palmerton Hotel, Quality Plumbing Supply, Nardini's Banquet Hall, by Zimmerman's Dairy, Lehighton Lincoln Mercury, Shays of Palmerton, and by the Times News. Halftime numbers are pretty much one-sided, although total offense hasn't been that bad. Jim Thorpe with a couple of chances, turned the ball over on downs at the 15, well, twice, and fumbled another one in Minersville territory. First downs are even, rushing yards to Minersville thanks to a John Murphy touchdown run of 39 yards and 80 yards by him, and passing yards to Jim Thorpe. Total offense fairly close. Penalties heavy on Minersville's side. Jim Thorpe the one turnover in this game.
I was impressed with Jim Thorpe offensively in the first half. They moved the football. They had scoring opportunities. They've got to learn to finish off those scoring opportunities and put the ball in the end zone and put some points on the board. But they moved the ball up and down the field for an inexperienced team, and they have nothing to feel bad about at this point.
They will get the football to start the second half. And the young team needs to learn that killer instinct of putting it in the end zone.
You mentioned that on that last play of the first half, I believe, when they were stopped short of a touchdown, 4th and 1, that they wanted to come up with their best play. I don't think they know their best play yet with this team. It's an inexperienced team, and that's something they've got to find out. They've got to find out what these kids can do in clutch situations. And as the season progresses, Coach Szyminski and the kids will learn that, and you might see a different play called in that same situation somewhere down the road, because they will know themselves better then, maybe than they do right now.
Minersville to kick off. John Murphy does so. It is a low line drive, and it will be Schrantz at the 15. And he zips his way out to the 35-yard line. So Jim Thorpe will have it 1st and 10 to start the second half. Keith Zabrowski 7 for 11 passing in the first half for 78 yards. And their leading rusher, Mike Monteleone, 6 carries, 30 yards.
There's some real bright spots for Jim Thorpe there in that first 24 minutes, Bob, and something to build on. Let's see what they can do here in the second half.
Calcano splits out of your screen to the low side, and it is Monteleone breaking tackles. 10 yards, 15 yards, first down, Jim Thorpe.
Nice effort by by Monteleone. Hits in there, breaks a couple tackles, looking now for some space to run, didn't see anything, so he just kept going straight ahead, didn't slow down at all, and picked up as much yardage as he could get. Nice effort.
Sakina and Burgess combined on the tackle. First down, Jim Thorpe. From midfield. This time, France, he will just barely get across the line of scrimmage. Submarine, someone at the bottom, grabbed his foot. I believe it might have been Matt Brennan. Nonetheless, he gains just a yard.
I think Jason Laddick was also in on that tackle for the Batlin Miners, who also played a good first half. We've commented on how well we thought the Olympians did. Obviously, the Batlin Miners played well, too. And
2nd and 9, play action fake ball tipped, incomplete. They were looking for Josh Miller.
Somebody got a hand up. Play was open. But a hand.
I believe it was Matt Killian. Third down and 9. They'll throw again. Incomplete again, looking for Josh Miller.
That time Miller did not get free of the line of scrimmage, and the pass never really had a chance. If we see it again, we'll notice that Miller allows himself, I think, to be bumped. Yeah, right there. He allows himself to be bumped. And it was that bump that threw the timing off.
Zabrowski to punt it away. Josh Burgess is deep at his 15. Nice kick. Burgess up at the 18. Is brought right down by Mike Monteleone.
Yeah, nice coverage by Monteleone. Good punt, good coverage. Everybody did a nice job on that play, including the guy who caught the ball. Some people don't want to take a chance and handle the ball, but he did. Just a good play for high school football.
First down, Minersville. Brian Laudeman, John Murphy in the backfield. John Murphy in the first half, 10 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown. He scored on a 39-yard run. He gets the give on first down and gets through for about 4 yards. There on the tackle for Jim Thorpe, Justin Seblin.
Murphy running with his head up, looking for the hole as the play unfolds. And his quick feet able to dodge and dance for a couple of yards.
Second down, ball at the 22-yard line of Minersville. Here is Brian Laudeman coming off left tackle, breaking a couple of tackles and getting a first down at the 33-yard line. It was Brian Skrimkowski, the inside linebacker, who finally makes the stop.
And when we see this again, watch number 75, the right guard, Brian Dempcher, as he leads this play through. Look at the block he gets.
That's a pancake.
Yes. Yeah, that was a great block. Nice job by the right guard, Brian Dempcher, number 75 for the Batlin Miners.
Murphy bounces it to the outside. He's to midfield, breaks a tackle, and he is down inside the 35-yard line.
And Murphy's ability to bounce, as we call it, is impressive. Watch this. There, he gets to the outside, used his downfield blocker as a shield, and picks up the big yardage into Jim Thorpe territory.
35 yards in the first down.
Murphy has good eyes, Bob. He sees the whole field and sees where the open spaces are.
Bob Nagel this time in there, getting across the 25 down to the 23-yard line. Well, this is exactly how Minersville came out on their first possession of the first half.
Well, and also on the other possession that led to a score, they opened up big holes off the two tackles, both left and right, as they have done here. Let's see if Coach Jones goes to the air in this drive, not because he has to, but because he wants to throw as part of his regular offense.
Nagel to the 16-yard line. Joe Ockenhouse, an inside linebacker, making the tackle.
And again, off tackle this way. Here comes Dempster again, and looking. He didn't block anybody, but you know, he was looking. He kept moving, and he looked for somebody to block.
That is the third first down of this possession.
Right. I'm sort of curious, as I was mentioning a moment ago, Bob, to see if Marshall puts the ball up, not on a 3rd and long, but maybe on a first down play.
Murphy, nice play defensively by Brian Skrimkowski in on the blitz.
If somebody misses a block in here, as Skrimkowski was on the line of scrimmage, a down lineman, and nobody blocked him.
They lose 3.
Now this is a passing situation, so.
Play action fake. Marshall to the end zone, nearly intercepted by Jared Schrantz.
And we're going to get a roughing the passer call against Jim Thorpe. Here we see it again.
Oh, yeah.
But we missed it. As we follow the ball downfield, rightfully so. But Marshall was hit well after he had released the football, and that's going to cost the Olympians dearly, because what they had done with that big play by Skrimkowski on first down, they had put the Miners in a hole. Minersville was going to be faced with about a 3rd and what, Bob? 13 or 14? 13?
Yeah, 3rd and 13.
Now they're going to have a 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. An unfortunate play for Jim Thorpe.
Half the distance to the goal, but it is an automatic first down. Murphy stops behind the line of scrimmage, steps to the hole, and gets down to the 2-yard line.
Great job by Murphy. Skrimkowski, I believe it is, who gets the penetration again on this play. Right there, and Murphy moves to the outside. There's the penetration. Nice job by Skrimkowski. He was blocked that time by the fullback, or the other halfback, by of Minersville. Bob, I don't know why the linemen aren't picking him up when he lines up as a down lineman. I know he's listed as a linebacker, and sometimes the blocking rule is that the linebackers are blocked by the offensive backs who are blocking on a particular play rather than one of the linemen. But he's been lining up as a down lineman and should be blocked by one of the linemen. So I don't know if that's the blocking scheme that Minersville in fact wants, or if somebody's missing an assignment.
Well, you could not have picked a nicer day than today for many things, especially being a balloon.
Well, it's certainly nice for the kids that the humidity has dropped considerably.
Throughout camp, heat was a terrible problem. A lot of teams changed practice schedules because it was just so hot and so humid in the middle of the day.
It's still warm today. That's something that can get to you after a while, but the humidity isn't there, and so it is a nice day. Although glorious, as you used earlier, and nice are becoming relative words considering the fact that we do need the rain.
Fumble, and Marshall gets back on it. And they will lose a couple of yards.
Murphy and Marshall just didn't connect that time. There was no penetration by Jim Thorpe that caused it. Just one of those things that happens.
3rd and goal from the 5, so the Olympians get a break momentarily. Laudeman, left side, bounces his way into the end zone, touchdown.
Nice call by Minersville. I'm sure everybody in the stands, and particularly on the Jim Thorpe defensive side of the ball, figured that Murphy would carry it. Rather, the ball was faked to Murphy, and Laudeman was the recipient of the handoff, and the good blocking, again, led by Brian Demcher from his right guard position.
Laudeman, not a small guy. 5'11", 201 is what the program has him listed at. The extra point is good by John Murphy. 5:44 left. Third quarter, 21-0 Minersville.
Zimmerman's Dairy of Lehighton has been family-owned and operated since 1918. They carry a complete line of dairy products as well as your favorite Zimmerman's iced tea, fruit punch, lemonade, orange drink, and diet iced tea. Zimmerman's Dairy bottles and packages their products themselves at their newly expanded plant and storage facility in Lehighton. Look for the popular Zimmerman's half pints, pints, and half gallons at your local gas station, food market, and convenience store. Zimmerman's Dairy is a wholesale distributor located at 808 Bridge Street in Lehighton.
10-play, 82-yard drive. Two big plays in that one. A 35-yard run by John Murphy and a 15-yard roughing the passer penalty by Jim Thorpe.
Right. And that penalty certainly hurt. We can't say that Minersville would not have scored had it not been for that penalty, but certainly they'd have been faced with a 3rd and 13 situation rather than a 1st and goal.
Kick goes out of bounds. Jim Thorpe may decide to take this at the 35. Or will they kick it again? No, 35-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 Olympians.
And now for the first time this afternoon faced with the prospect of not being able to get back in this ball game. Up until this point they've been in it and had a shot at it. Now their chances are far more remote.
They will throw and throw short. It is Monteleone finding a slot to run through. He'll pick up 15 and a 1st down, and a real nice play by Keith Zabrowski, who had a pump and then loft it to get it to his receiver.
Yeah, Zabrowski has finessed the ball well all afternoon. Has not overthrown. Has not thrown the ball too hard. He just lays it out there. Nice effort.
1st down, Jim Thorpe, their 7th of the game, and it puts them at midfield. Play action fake. They wanted that quick pitch over the middle. A penalty marker flies. Now they throw deep downfield for Calcano, and we may get a defensive hold here.
We are. We're going to get defensive holding against the corner. We also have another flag, and I don't know what the second one is all about.
To the right of your screen, just off the right of your screen, you saw the defender hold him up, roughing the passer as well.
Right. That I didn't see, but I did see the defensive hold downfield.
See if we catch the roughing the passer here. And he took a run at him. They decline the hold and take the roughing the passer penalty.
Not as big a mistake on the part of the Miners, but a mistake nonetheless. And in a tight ball game, that's the type of thing that can really hurt.
1st down, Jim Thorpe. They have the ball just inside the Minersville 35-yard line. Calcano comes down to the bottom of your screen. Zabrowski will throw that way and throw it either short for Calcano or long for Schramm.
And it It certainly was difficult to determine just whom Zabrowski was throwing to.
A little bit too much finesse on that one.
No, he was under pressure, and I don't think he really got his feet set.
Second down 10 for the Olympians.
This time Zabrowski late getting into the huddle, and he's going to have to hustle. He's going to get this play off before the time runs out.
He wants to throw again, and does. Left side, Monteleone, incomplete. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 10, and
somebody's called a timeout, I believe.
Shaken up. There is a player down just out of our view behind the Jim Thorpe huddle. Timeout on the field. 4:55 left here in the 3rd quarter. 21-0 Minersville.
The all-new Lincoln Mercury dealer is setting the pace for the 90s for all your automotive needs, featuring a full line of 1995 Lincoln Mercurys, as well as a full-service rental and leasing department. Lehighton Mercury has rebates as high as $2,500 and interest rates as low as 6.9%. A 6-time Chairman Award winner service department, complete with service loaners and free car washes. Remember, don't buy before you try Lehighton Lincoln Mercury.
Player shaken up for Jim Thorpe was Jared Schrantz. He will come off under his own power.
And be back in shortly, I'm sure.
Looked like they were working at a cramp there. And Brian Moore takes his place. They will throw. Quick toss. Calcano nearly slipped the tackle, but Sekelic was able to hold on. They get to the 30-yard line.
Almost. Was Calcano able to slip away, but as you call it, Sekelic holds on and don't let him go.
Well, in the new season, we do have to, and there is Jared Schrantz. I think our regular TV-13 fans have noticed the new wrinkle to our cable cast, and that is our slow motion replay. 4th down and long. They throw back to the near side for Calcano. A penalty marker flies, and it looks like Jim Thorpe's going to get a 1st down.
This time I really didn't see what happened. I thought both guys were gone for the ball, but it's going to be defensive pass interference.
That's what they called.
Really, nobody was open here.
Let's see. I'd have to say they were both going for the ball.
Yeah, I think Jim Thorpe benefited from a call there, but it was close, and can't really fault any. Can't say the official was wrong.
1st down, Thorpe at the 15.
If I were down on the sideline, I'd probably feel otherwise.
Depends on which sideline. Here's Calcano on the reverse. And he will get to the 13-yard line before being thrown down by Dave Sekelic.
I think you thought that was going to be a much bigger gainer than it turned out to be, because it certainly looked as though there was a lot of room to run on that far side. Turned out to be a 4-yard gain, and I thought maybe Calcano would get close to the end zone.
Yeah, I thought he had more room on the outside. To give players credit, though, we look at it from about 50 or so feet, 40, 50 feet in the air.
Absolutely.
He's at ground level with big linemen in front of him. Here's Monteleone bouncing off would-be tacklers and getting to the 6-yard line. That'll be about a yard shy of a 1st down.
And again, Jim Thorpe proves that they can move the football. Off tackle, power play, and good power running by Monteleone. Jim Thorpe's moved the ball well all day, Bob. They haven't put any points on the board, but they've moved the ball up and down the field.
They face a 3rd and a long one. Moore dropped the football. Minersville has it. The second fumble of the day for Jim Thorpe.
Tony Cicchini comes up with the ball for the Battling Miners, and I think Moore had it. I don't know what happened as he was going through the line of scrimmage, but once again the Jim Thorpe offense comes up short of the end zone. That's frustrating, to say the least, to move the ball all the way down the field as the Olympians have done any number of times this afternoon, and then be unable to put it in the end zone.
Yes.
That'll turn Coach Szyminski's hair gray.
Murphy picks up a couple. Trance makes the tackle, a 3-yard gain for Murphy. Clock runs at the 1:50 mark of the 3rd quarter. And right now, Minersville might not be so upset at being deep in their own territory if they can keep a drive going. It's just that much more clock that they can run out.
Right.
Laudeman, off left tackle, gets to the 13-yard line. Monteleone there on the tackle. Monteleone playing a nice game this afternoon, offensively, defensively, special teams.
So he's Brian Dempster, number 75. Here he comes again, leading the play, pulling from his right guard position, looking through the hole, going after somebody to block, and actually throwing the block. He does a nice job.
3rd down for Minersville.
According to the program, Dempster is 6'2", 264. Good size.
Marshall the throw, incomplete. He wanted Sakina.
Dempster is a senior and might well be a college prospect. Somebody might take a look at him.
We'll be happy to have a guy like John Murphy there too. I know Murphy is getting a look-see from a number of places. One popped up. Monteleone has it hit his foot. Loose ball. And then it is picked up by Abel Calcano. Boy, that one bounced right into a Minersville player's hands and right out.
And Calcano does a nice job here to come over and get himself involved in the play. Doesn't stand around to see what's going to happen, but gets over there in case something does happen, so he can be of some assistance. Nice job by Calcano.
Monteleone lost that one in the sun. You can see at the last moment he had that look of just confusion. Where's the ball? First down, Jim Thorpe at the 38. They'll throw, and it'll be batted down. There's your friend Brian Dempster.
Oh yeah, this kid played both ways and done a fine job both ways. This kid can play some football. He deserves some recognition.
Yeah, I was mentioning a lot of times when you have a player that maybe schools don't know too much about, if you have another one who is being recruited, you can benefit. They may come to see the highly recruited player and find a diamond in the rough. Second down 10. Dabrowski rolling right. Throws it back the other way, and it is intercepted by Brian Laudeman.
And guess who put the pressure on Dabrowski and made him throw that ball up?
Number 75, Dempster.
Yes, watch this. Here comes Dempster. And he's moving. This kid's not slow. And he's a hustler. I don't know if he's a diamond in the rough, but I know he's a good football player. It may be that people are aware of him, Bob, and he's getting a highlight film here.
That is the end of the third quarter of action. Minersville leads Jim Thorpe on opening afternoon 21-0.
For Italian hospitality and cuisine, travel to Pizzaiolo Italian restaurant and pizzeria in Nesquehoning. Sample their selection of pizzas, strombolis, cold and hot sandwiches, platters, salads, and their own Italian pita. Catch their football special Saturday and Sunday. 2 large pizzas and a dozen of buffalo wings for $13.99. Il Pizzaiolo Italian restaurant and pizzeria on 72 West Catawissa Street in Nesquehoning. For fast pickups, call.
Along with Jim Nunemaker and the whole crew, Bob Capasso with you on opening day, and Jim Thorpe. The Olympians trail Minersville 21-0. And it is 1st and 10 Minersville. The pitch is to Rob Nagel, who gets to the outside and gets run out of bounds. Mike Monteleone forced him to the sideline.
Nagel's got some quickness. He's a junior, 5'6", 145 pounds. Probably being groomed to step into that offensive backfield when John Murphy departs at the conclusion of this 1995 campaign.
Murphy taking a breather.
Well-deserved, we might add.
Stands on the sideline, so it doesn't appear anything is wrong with him. Here's Nagel, and Nagel gets whacked near the line of scrimmage by Jared Schrant.
Murphy going to come back in with a play from Coach Jones.
The strange thing is, it'll be a new face of Minersville football next year when a guy who has been a starter for 4 years leaves. And that is a long time to be a starter for any football team. Here's Murphy, caught near the line of scrimmage, but is able to pull away for yardage that looks like a first down. Brian Skrimkowski made the tackle.
Hey, good second effort by Murphy. As you called it, he was hit about 2 yards shy of the first down, but with the second effort, why, he did in fact pick up another 4-down series for his teammates.
131 yards on 16 carries so far for John Murphy. Hit 150 in this game last year. Play action fake. Marshall wants to throw. Instead, tucks it, has plenty of room out there. 40, 35, and down to the 33-yard line where Keith Zabrowski drags him down.
Nice job that time by Marshall. First, good fakes. Makes 2 good fakes. First to his fullback, then to his halfback, and then sees that his receivers are covered, and this time very quickly decides to run the football. Does a good job of doing that and picks up a first down at the Jim Thorpe 34-yard line.
10 first downs for Minersville. Battle and Miners have won all 3 meetings between these two teams. 21-0 in 92, 18-11 in 93, and 15-7 last year. Ryan Laudeman still on his feet, still chugging away, and the last chug gives him the first down.
Yeah, nice effort at the end of that play by Laudeman. A nice effort at the beginning of the play by the left side of that offensive line.
Look at this. Gave Brian Moore a ride.
Yep.
Gave Brian Skrimkowski a ride.
The Miners have come to play today. No doubt about that.
Handoff, Nagel, he will go nowhere this time. Joe Ockenhouse there on the tackle, as is Corey Deacon.
You mentioned that Minersville has won this game each year it has been played. One of the interesting things about last season is that Minersville lost in the playoffs to Pius. Jim Thorpe beat Pius about 2 weeks before Minersville lost to them.
Nagel, off right tackle. Ouch! He got pounded by Monteleone.
Yeah, good hit. Good hit.
There's a nomination for hit of the week.
Bong. I think Minersville was lucky to get Jim Thorpe early. I don't know if it's still true, but my understanding has always been that Coach Szymanski doesn't believe in scrimmages.
No.
So I don't think they scrimmage anybody before this opening game. And I'm certainly not going to argue with that. It's unusual. I don't know of anyone else who does it. But you can't argue with that thinking because of the success that the Olympians have had under Coach Szymanski as we see Murphy again. And a nice lead block.
Yeah.
By his running mate in the backfield, Brian Lauderman.
They will measure.
But Jim Thorpe, you know, is not maybe as ready as some other schools, Bob, for this first game, since they do not scrimmage anyone prior to the opening game.
That is good for a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 12. Lauderman cuts it back inside, gets to the 5, gets to the 2-yard line. And that will be close to another first down for Minersville.
And another fine effort by Lauderman. Heads up, looking for the hole as the play develops. He makes a nice move in the middle of this play here. He sees going left. Now he cuts back a little bit as he sees a hole develop and has that ball tucked away well and really was determined to get into the end zone, but the Olympians stopped him just short.
5 carries, 40 yards in the second half for Lauderman. Timeout on the field, 7:45 left. Fourth quarter, 21-0, Minersville.
Dear Midas customers, there's a different way to get your car repaired, the Midas way. It's properly diagnosing the problem so the work is done right the first time. It's fixing only what needs to be fixed. It's giving you our exclusive inspection and thoroughly explaining your repair options. It's honoring your Midas warranty without giving you a hassle.
It's proving that a car repair company can be honest and trustworthy.
That's the Midas way, the way it should be.
First and goal, Minersville from the 2. Lauderman, touchdown. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
65-yard drive in 10 plays. Lauderman doing most of the work in the drive and doing it very effectively. Nice 1-2 punch there for the Battling Miners. Bob, nobody's going to be able to key exclusively on Murphy.
And then they bring Nagel off the bench.
Right. And certainly they have Marshall who can throw the football. A well-rounded offense. Going to create a lot of problems for a lot of teams this year.
Murphy for the extra point. It is up and good. 7:40 left here in the fourth quarter. 28-0, Minersville.
Now that the Cold War is over, it's time to invest at home. Invest in medicine. Invest in the arts. Technology. Housing. And in education. And when you think about it, when you invest in our children and in our public schools, you invest in everything. Children, our most precious national resource.
Minersville up 28-0.
I think one of the keys for the Battling Miners this season and its ultimate success will be how injury-free they can stay. They don't have a large squad, and we've seen Nagel come in and run the ball well in place of Murphy, but I don't know what they have backing up Marshall at quarterback, for instance. And with a limited number of kids on the sideline, why injuries can play a major role.
The pitch dropped. Who's got it? Minersville football.
And now the Olympians in danger of being blown away, and that will be misleading. This has been a close game for much of the afternoon, and Jim Thorpe in it well into the third quarter. And if they get blown away too badly, why, it becomes a psychological defeat as well as a scoreboard defeat, and that would be unfortunate because they are a capable football team and have done a fine job here on the first outing of this season.
Couple of chances.
Absolutely.
They've had it inside the 5 a couple of times, ran out of downs on one, fumbled on another.
The score could have been 14-14 well into the third quarter had they been able to capitalize. Now, Coach Jones, I think, doing a smart thing here, bringing his second unit in, making sure that those kids get some playing time in actual games. That's how you prepare for possible injuries.
Darren Bettinger is the new quarterback. Nagel in there at halfback. And he will get to the 30-yard line and make it to 29 with some extra efforts.
And I'm sure we're going to see very basic football from this point on from Minersville. Actually, we've seen very basic football from Minersville all afternoon. They have not been fancy. They have been power football. Nice run that time by Matt Killian, 5'11", 172-pound junior.
Well, as you mentioned, the younger guys come in and another first down. They have had 9 in this half. Somebody moved up front.
A youthful mistake made by a sophomore. That's forgivable. Why he's out there on a Saturday afternoon during a varsity game getting some experience so that maybe if he's put into a game when the Battling Miners are in a close contest, he won't make that mistake.
George Flanagan gets the give this time, picks up about 4 yards. Grabbed by the leg by Bumper Kilcup. Well, we'll find out how many adjustments Jim Thorpe makes in 2 weeks. We will see them Friday, September the 15th at Panther Valley.
And they'll be a better football team that night.
Billy Laudeman.
Excuse me, Bob. They'll learn from this game.
Billy Laudeman brought down by Jason Keller. Next week, we go to Pleasant Valley. They will take on Wyoming Valley West, which was very impressive in beating Pocono Mountain, our number 3 team. Last night, Pleasant Valley lost to Blue Mountain.
I was surprised at the scores of those two games. Wasn't surprised that Pleasant Valley lost, but I was surprised that they lost by as big a score as they did. Although scores can be misleading, I don't think really that this is a 28-0 football game.
No.
Not at all.
Bob Workman on the carry, 4th down and 5. That's it. Well, I'm very curious to see the adjustments that both Panther Valley, whom we saw last night, and Jim Thorpe make in the next couple of weeks. Panther Valley is a tough one, defending state champion Mount Carmel, which put a hurting on Tamaqua last night. They have them next week. This is Killian on the carry, and he will not get the first down. Jim Thorpe will take over on downs with 4:12 left in the game.
I don't think, Bob, you're going to see many adjustments on the part of either team. I think both teams are going to work on what they've done so far this season in the first 3 weeks and just try to do those things better. I would be very much surprised if you saw either team abandoning anything or trying anything drastically different from what we have seen both last night and this afternoon. I don't see any need to do anything drastically different.
Jim Thorpe has come out with a number of the younger players. The new quarterback is Frank Miller, a sophomore.
The only time you really do something vastly different or make dramatic changes, Bob, is when it is very obvious that what you're doing isn't going to cut it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's at all obvious for either Panther Valley or Jim Thorpe.
Mike Ritchik on the carry for Jim Thorpe. Quick pitch outside, Lee Rao, and Rao only gets to the 15. They'll lose a couple there. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Again, if my memory serves me correctly, Bob, every time the Olympians have come out in that double slot to one side, why, they have run the quick pitch to that side. And it worked well early in the game, but after the second time, why, the Battling Miners adjusted, and it has not been successful since then.
3rd and 12, Jim Thorpe. Frank Miller will throw it, picked off. Jeremy Vulikevich will return it for a touchdown.
Miller just doesn't get it over Velikevich's head. But Miller's young, probably hasn't played any varsity ball before. He'll learn from that mistake. Certainly made it at a time when it's not going to really do any damage. Nobody's going to be hurt. And Coach Zeminski talking to him down there like a father. Not yelling at him, not screaming at him, but trying to help the kid learn from the mistake. Gives him a pat in the head.
And no scolding down there.
Right.
The extra point kick is good. No scolding down there. A tap on the shoulder,
right.
Tap on the head, a big smile from Coach.
Yep. I think Coach Zeminski has a very, I don't know the man at all, but from what I have seen in the games we've covered, Bob, he seems very laid back, seems to enjoy kids very much, and seems to have a good rapport with the kids. And his record here at Jim Thorpe would certainly suggest that. But he doesn't seem to get too terribly upset about things. I think these kids probably enjoy playing for him. I know he was pleased with the turnout that he had here this year. But we have 60 kids turn out for football.
60, yeah.
And that's great for Jim Thorpe. That's great.
Well, his philosophy, first and foremost, is to make sure it's fun.
Right. And I think he wants it to be fun for the kids, fun for himself. And I get the impression very definitely that it is.
And successful, though. Rao on the return. Gets to the 35.
But I would offer, Bob, that the fun comes before the success. I think the fun breeds the success. I don't think it's one of those situations, well, yes, winning or success is fun. That's not the point. The point is, hey, we're going to play football. We're going to have fun doing it, and success hopefully will follow. But the important thing is let's have fun no matter what.
First and 10, Jim Thorpe, 35-yard line. And like a good father, he gets his son back up on the horse. And Frank Miller throws a pass. It is incomplete, but got him right back up on the horse.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Gave him a nice, safe pass to throw, but he got him throwing nonetheless.
Yep. And the kid's not going to feel nearly as bad about that interception because he came back through again. Coach had some faith in him.
And again, this one incomplete.
He's only a sophomore. Made a poor judgment there, but says, hey, sophomores do that. It's a learning experience. And there's no better place to learn than in the ring. In this case, on the field.
Third down and 10 for Jim Thorpe. Quick pitch, Lee Rao. Rao getting to the outside before being tripped up by Billy Laudeman, just a freshman from Minersville. That'll bring up fourth down with 1:20 remaining.
And I don't think you're going to see the Olympians punt the ball. No need to do that.
It is 4th and 8. Jim Thorpe down 35-0, less than a minute left, and Jim Thorpe just broke the huddle and sprinted to the line of scrimmage. Miller throwing deep downfield, incomplete, looking for Lee Rao. And that is usually something that you do in the preseason. You do in practice, break the huddle, sprint to the line of scrimmage, and it disappears somewhere around halftime of the first game.
Yeah, particularly when you're losing. But I don't know, these young kids are just glad to be out there on Saturday afternoon. They've worked hard during the first 3 weeks of practice, and they appreciate the fact that they're in the game. And now Jim Thorpe probably has too many men on the field. I don't know, but they're going to be penalized. But again, that's of no consequence. Just doesn't matter at this point. The important thing is to get kids in the ball game.
And Minersville will kneel. Minersville will be at Tamaqua next Friday night. Jim Thorpe opens defense of their Mid-Penn East title a week from today, right back here against Bishop Hayfie.
In 2 weeks, the Battling Miners get Schuylkill Haven at home.
Schuylkill Haven lost to Shenandoah last night, 7-0. I hear they are young, still decent, but young.
Yeah, we saw them last year against Jim Thorpe. I don't remember if all those good kids they had last year were seniors or not. They were certainly big. Goodness, they were big.
Clock runs. I don't think they'll need to run another play, and they will not. Time has run out. Minersville has won it.
Yeah, and the score, I think, is very misleading. To say that a 35-0 ball game was a good ball game is usually difficult to substantiate, but not this afternoon. I really thought Jim Thorpe played well. They had, as we pointed out many times, scoring opportunities. early in the ball game. Could have walked off the field at halftime, trailing only 14-7. Had they done that, they could have tied it up in the third quarter, 14-14. They didn't, of course, and that's the bottom line. But they were in the football game. They moved the ball up and down the field. They probably had 150 to 175 yards of total offense, which isn't bad. And they're going to get better. They're inexperienced, but they showed that they have kids who can play the game of football, and they're going to beat some people before this year is over. They're going to beat somebody, I think, that they're not expected to beat. They will certainly be favored in some games, but I think there's some other games that they will go in as underdogs and come out victorious. Battle and Miners, I think, certainly deserve their preseason hype. Ranked, as we pointed out earlier, Bob, number 5 in the state in Class Single A. And they're going to be a good football team, and nobody's going to roll over them this season.
Don't forget to join us next week. We will have Wyoming Valley West at Pleasant Valley on Friday night and college football on Saturday, AIC and ESU. That'll wrap it up here from Jim Thorpe. The final once again, Minersville 35, Jim Thorpe nothing. For Jim Nunamaker and the whole crew, I'm Bob Capasso. Have a nice holiday weekend.